Well guys, I'm back out in, well, I'm going to call it the super swamp now. It's absolutely horrendous. But I'm totally and utterly feeling confident with the area. So I had the choice of the whole lake to fish. A lot of it's underwater, to be fair, so when I say the whole lake, I don't really mean the whole lake, I just mean part of the lake. There's a nice gravelly swim I could have set up in, but I've just got to fish in this swim, because I'd spend all the time in the other swim thinking I need to be in this swim to catch the fish. So I'm just going to start here, and if it doesn't work out, then I'll move into that swim and take it from there and see how we get on, really. Well, the bivvy's up, the bait's out, so I'm just about to go and do the rods now, and then I'm going to get the kettle on and settle down and enjoy me a few nights fishing. I'll keep you posted as things go, really. I have to keep it short and sweet, otherwise the whole video will end up being about an hour long, and unless it's full of fish it'll be pretty boring, really. Just have to see, really. Anyway, I'll catch up with you. Well, it's set-up day, Sunday, late afternoon now. Finally stopped raining. Sort of the wind has eased up, and nothing would surprise me if we get a sunset tonight, to be perfectly honest with you. You just never know. The swamp I'm living in is joyful, isn't it? The inside of my bivvy is pretty disgusting, but it's going to have to be what it is. Yeah, I've already had a bream on the right hand rod, would you believe? Within about 20 minutes of casting it out. Now, the area's clear. I must admit, on the recast a couple of times I wasn't quite right and pick up the silkweed, so I'm definitely beyond the silkweed is where I want to be, and hoping to, well, let's just go aim for a fish, I think. So one fish and move on from there. I think there's supposed to be a bit of sunshine tomorrow as well. I think the forecast is a bit all over the place, really. Strong winds, rain, but not for long. Little periods, swinging around here, there. A bit cold. I'm not sure if the conditions are going to be that favourable, but we're here. We're going to stick it out, obviously, and see how we get on. I think I can do a maximum of 5 nights on here, so 5 nights it will be. When I get home, I think we'll spend a night at home before the family get home, and yeah, it will be an adventure. The last few sessions I've done like this, kids have been away, never been overly productive. I think last February's was the first one that was really productive. So the way things have been going, forever hopeful it might pan out that way. Just have to see how we progress realistically. Anyway, I'll give you a daily update. Try and do one in the morning and one in the afternoon. And, see how we get on, really. Right. Catch up on Monday's report. Well, here we are, morning 2. Basically, 1 bream to me and 2 carp to the carp. I managed to lose 2 so far. Well, to say I'm not happy bunny is an understatement at the moment. You don't need that. Not when your rigs were performing so well. You went struggling to get the hooks out, and now suddenly you're dropping fish. It's not good at all. But that's carp fishing for you, I suppose. I've just baited up the swim for the day, because obviously I've had a bream and had a couple of carp takes. So it's, you know, as much as it's a negative and losing fish, it's actually a positive that the fish are feeding in the area over my bait again, and I just have to take that as more positive than the actually blanking completely and not having a single run. So it's hard, I must say, because it's only about, when did I lose one? About 11:30 last night and about 45 minutes ago. So it's still fresh in the mind, that one. Then it's during the daylight. Didn't really do anything wrong, just bumped itself off really. I'm starting to think there's a little bit of a weed bed out there in between me and them. Don't know, just sort of, don't know. Frustrating, very frustrating, but we shall move on. The swamp's looking incredibly swampy. I keep away from that and just sort of walk around the edge and paddle around in the water, to be perfectly honest with you. Yeah, I think there's a few little rain showers forecast today, a bit of sunshine. The pressure's going to go up, but I'm confident I'll get another take. It's just whether I've changed the rigs. In fact, what I've done is changed back to the rigs I was using last week, just sharpened up the hooks, take it from there. So, you know, there's a slight tiny difference between the rigs, so I need to see what occurs, and if that is the case, I need to make up some more. Well, it's exactly the same, because I didn't change something slightly. I didn't realise I'd put a different hook on that I'd set up slightly differently to previous ones. It's the same hook pattern, it's just basically where the rubber stops were. Don't know whether that makes any difference or not, but interesting, very interesting. Anyway, I'm going to get the kettle on now, because I've been tooting around since I had that fish. And look, even the part of the lake's flooded through there and coming round. So it's effort equals reward, and would have been nice to have had 2 fish on the bank by now, but I have to settle for 2 lost fish. Grr, you can tell I'm not happy, can't you? Right, we shall push on. It is only Monday. We have plenty of time. Well, the day has passed by with no more action. There's been on and off heavy rain showers today. In fact, it's actually just starting to rain again now. But most of the bites seem to be coming at night anyway, in general out of here. So I'm sort of quite looking forward to the night. See if we can produce another fish. Well, take, and then it can turn into fish and not fall off. But, still a little bit disappointed about that, but it is the way it is with fishing. Yeah, the wind sort of picked up a couple of times a day and blown a little bit. Had a little bit of sunset a little while ago. I was going to pop out and film it, but this came along. A little bit more rain, so not a lot I can do about that. Anyway, we're going into the night, the second night. Hopefully it should produce some fish. Let's see how we get on, really. The swamp is looking good. The water level has come up a little bit, I must admit. The front of my buzzer bars, the stand on the pod has slightly disappeared a little bit. It will rain today, but I think over the progression of the next couple of days it should start dropping back down again. And just see how it goes, really. I shall give you an update in the morning, and hopefully I can get a carp on the bank tonight, or two. I'll be happy with one. One's a start, that's all I really want, and just take it from there really. I've been keeping an eye on another area, slightly shorter in. I fished, funny enough, last February, and I might, if I haven't caught anything on all the takes on the left hand rod, I haven't caught anything on the right hand rod tomorrow, I'll get the marker out and lead around in that area and see if I can find what I'm looking for. It's calm enough, I'll get the deeper out, but earlier on today it was absolutely howling around through here, so a pointless exercise really. But I'll see if I can locate that spot. Should be quite good, and I'm going to put some bait on that, adjust things a little bit, just have to see. Still think I'm in the right area, the best spot realistically. Should move on really from what happened last night to another night. Robin sitting there. I'll put a little bit of food out for him, so he should be quite happy. It's always nice to feed the robins, feed the wildlife. Thrush hopping around earlier, it's quite nice. You get a little bit of evening song now, quite pleasant. Anyway, I shall catch up with you in the morning, and yeah, hopefully a better result really. Sorry, I'm just watching the robin hopping around down there. Bless it. It seems I've found a few little bits. I've put little bits of rice and stuff down there. So I'll have my tea a little bit early. It's nice to have your tea in the daylight. Sit up and eat it properly. Quite nice. Not hunched up or anything. Right. I'll give you an update tomorrow. Welcome to Tuesday morning. That was extremely uneventful night. In fact, I've only just woken up and it's about 9:15, and I think I'd have still been asleep, to be perfectly honest with you, if a friend of mine hadn't rang me up. Unbelievable. It's all that fresh air, this makes you sleep, isn't it? It's nice, and it's a incredibly dark movie this is, the over wrap on. And the sun doesn't get to this swim in the morning straight away. It's more of a sun in the evening swim. And I've had absolutely nothing all night. No bleeps, no nothing. Haven't heard a fish, haven't had anything. Don't think it's worth moving swims. It's one thing I do think on here at the moment. Any swim I wouldn't actually consider moving at the moment, I don't think. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to adjust the right hand rod, because that's the rod I haven't got anything on at all apart from the bream. It's a little bit closer to where I am at the moment. So what I'm going to do is adjust that. Get the marker rod out, maybe get the deeper out, and I'll locate a nice little area out there, put some bait on that and adjust that rod a little bit. Put some bait on that rod. I might put a few spoms on the other rod, just to sort of top it up a little bit. But I'm going to wait until about midday to do that realistically. Not going to do it. Not going to do it before then at all, really. Don't think it's worth it. I think just wait for the day to pass, or the morning to pass, and then get the marker rod out about 11, 11:15. A little play around for about an hour, sort a couple of spots out, sort everything out, get it all done. I'd like to get everything done by 2 o'clock. That would be good. And then take it from there, really. There's a nice spot to the right of here, but I just feel I'm way too far away from the rods, and I've got to sprint swampy bog to get there, which is looking lovely. A bit of sunshine today, it might start drying out. Water level has come up a little bit, so that needs to drop down. The water table is just right on its limit. I think what I'm going to do is just go out a little bit more to the right of me, but about half the range on that rod. See what I can find from there and see what there is out there, and then put a little bit of bait over that area. See how we get on, really. Anyway, I shall keep you posted. So I'm going to leave the rods out there for the morning, see how we get on, and see what occurs, really. Right, catch up with you later then. Well, I've wound in, found the spot I was looking for. Just a different one to where I've been fishing on the right hand rod. It's a lot clearer. Well, not a lot clearer where I was fishing, but it's a lot clearer than it has been in the past, so it's got to be worth a go, I think. I've put the other rod back on the spot and put about sort of 6 small spoms over that. The other one I've done sort of 6 large spoms over, and that will stay there. Do a couple of nights in that area. See if it produces in the next 2 nights. I'm not quite sure what I'll do if the range rod doesn't produce. Don't know. The fish were out there. I have lost a couple right at the beginning of the session, but they don't appear to be now, realistically. Just have to see. I have to put a bit of thought into that one tomorrow, really. That might need adjusting slightly more to the right or left as well, just to sort of see. But we'll see. Right. But yeah, I'm settled out. I'll show you inside my bivvy. I've got all my kit there. All set up. Rubbish bin in the corner. Bait bucket there. Day chair with a lot of clutter on it that I need to move. Bivvy lights, keys, Ridge monkey lights, and all new rigs just in case. Still living in a swamp. Look, it's absolutely wonderful. But I keep on tracking. It's got to be the best option. Well, there isn't really no other option, really. Any other half decent swimmers occupied. Anything beyond that is basically underwater. I just move to a completely different area of the lake, which I don't have that much confidence in. I'm tempted to maybe, I don't know, I could move the last night to a different little area. Don't know. I know what I'm like. It's a lot of stuff to move when you come there for a week. I leave a lot of it in the car, but over the days it sort of collects in here, so when you come to leave you realise you've actually got another barrow's worth of stuff hiding in your bivvy that you didn't bring in the first place. But we shall see. Anyway, it's sort of noon time on Tuesday, leading up to the 3rd night, and fingers crossed, really. Supposed to sort of rain and blow this afternoon, so I've done the rods about 45 minutes earlier than I would have done. I just felt that had to be the only option, really. I don't fancy doing it in the rain again or anything. It's just pretty grim doing that. So we'll leave it like that. So you can hear the wind starting to pick up now. Rain won't be far behind, I don't think. Anyway, catch up with you soon, folks. Finally, glad about that one. After losing 2 on the first night, there's a welcome fish, and in the day. £29 on the classic corn. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Well, it's Wednesday morning. Not a touch last night, nothing whatsoever. I have to put some deep thought into what I'm going to do now, I must admit. Yeah, it's going to be some deep thought. Whether I move, stay, give it one more night, and then do one night somewhere else. Don't know, I just have to see. I have to put a bit of, a lot of thought into this one. So I've got to sort of look at some ways. I've had 3 takes out of this swim, so rather than just landing one fish, I have had 3 takes. So it's not all doom and gloom. I've just got to keep thinking like that. Just have to see where it goes. Put a bit of thought into things this morning. See how we get on. Just having a wander around in other areas. This is at the back of where I'm fishing. Occasionally you do hear fish in the night in here. It's a pretty miserable grey day at the moment. I'm just over there, really. There's a bay behind me. So, head back round this way. I don't particularly like being too far away from the rods. I know I'm fishing in open water, so I've got a little bit of best to, when you come round to where I am, obviously, and you got the bit of the main lake. Canadian geese have decided it's breeding time. Gone absolutely crazy. As you can now see into the back of there, just where I was showing you. There's a point that goes out here and leads you into the main bit of the lake here. It's a nice calm day today, so I'm going to have to do a lot of hunting and looking, seeing what I can find and see. And you get a quite a good view from here and my swim. You can actually walk out around here, so I'm careful. Have a look up the lake a little bit. So I can see a lot of the lake from my swim. I can see up. I can't see down, so I just come to the other side of this bramble bush and just stand here and watch and listen and see. To give me some insight about what to do. Don't know really. A tricky one. Very tricky one. What I might do, I'm going to go for a drive round later on. So I'll reel my rods in and just have a look about. But you can see most of the areas from here really. The water's come up again. A lot more than it had done already. It's still creeping up. Some of the other swims are gonna get harder to fish. It's we're coming up to sort of 3/4 of the way through February. It's not, it's like a week left. And yeah, I feel if it carries on like this, we're going to carry on into March. The lake's sort of really high. I'll try to keep off the mud and stuff, to be honest with you. So I'm sort of wandering around out here, because it's horrible really. Churns it up too much. Feeling squelchy underfoot here. But we'll just have to work out what to do, won't we? Right, I'll give you an update at the end of the day today, see what we've decided to do. Well, I've made my choice. I'm going to stay in here for one more day, night. Had a good old wander around, good old look, chucked the deeper out, then came back here, put the deeper out here, and there's, well, the fish seem to be held up a little bit more to the right than I thought they would be. Still at the same sort of range, so I've put a little bit of bait out there, chuck the rods on that, I'm sure take it from there really, see how we get on really. But yeah, I'm feeling a lot more confident. The downside is there's 3 areas now with a little bit of bait in, so I don't particularly ever like doing that really. I just prefer to sort of bait an area and stick with it. It needs must, because them fish aren't moving from there. They're drifting around a little bit, sort of like right to left. I was searching on the deeper, but they weren't coming as near as I was fishing. You can see why I probably sort of picked one up yesterday afternoon, because if they drifted a little bit too far, they'd actually sort of pick up that bait. But they seem to still be at that range, so we're going to stick with it for another 24 hours. See how we go from there realistically. I think it's the best choice. There's a few other people turn up to do a night, so moving wise I'm starting to get a little bit limited now. Pressure's dropped a little bit, but still quite high. Other than that, conditions are pretty brilliant really. So fingers crossed for tonight. Let's see how we get on really. Let's hope so. There you go. Just over 20 on the classic corn. Absolute peach. Love it. Love it. Beautiful. Look at that. Second fish of tonight. 28 pounds plus, I think. Check the scales in a minute. Absolutely gorgeous. Well happy now. Beautiful. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Brilliant. There we go. Torpedo, rockety thing. Haven't weighed it yet. Do that in a moment. A bit back. Like that. Just after I put that in. Unbelievable. Amazing. Absolutely brilliant. Well, it's just after 8 AM. Got up early as I had to because of the rain. I needed to rebait the swim. The wind's going to pick up today as well, so it's the best time to do it, even though it probably looks the worst time to do it. It's just something I had to do. Get that bait out there, reasonably accurate, and may or may not catch some fish today. I don't know. It's worth a real try. I've got tonight to go. I'm going to make that my last night. Hopefully I can catch one or two between now and then. It'll be quite a good session really, and I'll be well happy with that. I've got a bit of, well, I've got backup bait in the car. I always carry some shelf life stuff and some more particles around with me just in case, but I don't really think I need to put anything out. If I actually catch a few fish today, I will top the swim up. I think the wind dies down about 6 o'clock this evening. It'll be just worth doing it on dusk and see how we get on really. Anyway, that was a pretty good night. Not much sleep, but definitely worth a no sleep. Really impressed really. So there's a lot of rain coming. I haven't looked at the forecast yet, I haven't looked at anything. It certainly looks like it isn't far away. Due today, through most of the day unfortunately. I think it's only light rain, which is okay. It's the heavy rain that I don't think the fish like. This blowing a light bit of rain might produce me some fish today. Just have to see how we get on really. Right, it's time for a cup of coffee. I'll probably wake up now. I'll catch up with you later on. Not the biggest, one of the smallest fish in here, and an absolute torpedo when it went on. But another one on the list. Well, that's the classic corn, so I can't complain at that. better get it back. It's miserable out here. The wind switched around to the west now and blowing straight into this wind. Horrible. There we go though. Gorgeous. Well, it's mid-afternoon, sort of coming up to 3 o'clock now. Yeah, a little bit of blue sky in the distance. Looked like it could be a nice afternoon. It's been horrendous stuck in the bivvy all day today. It'd be nice to actually go for a wander around, stretch one's legs, I must say. I've sort of been locked away here most of the day. Had that fish a little while ago. Terribly cold after that. Sort of rebaited, done the rods, popped to the car, etc. And then came back here and it's horrible really, so we're quite looking forward to a bit of sunshine. Stomp around a little bit, warm my feet up, get things sorted. We're heading into the last night and we'll see how things go, how things pan out after all the excitement. It's been a good trip, I must say. It's not been a complete disaster like the last few half-term trips when I sort of scrape one fish or don't even catch one, so I'm quite happy to be fair. So we shall see, even if tonight brings nothing, but hopefully it won't, I'll still be happy really. Anyway, I've got the kettle on, so I better go and sort that out. Nice pot of coffee on the stove, it'll be nice. Stocky little thing. New stockings and mirrors. That's quite right, isn't it? Be nice when it gets bigger. Got a taste of the classic corn. Hope it stays that way. Do the other side. There we go. 14 pounds on scales. Weird. Smaller than that now, I'm holding it up. I'll quickly weigh it again and see what it does. There we go. Nice one. Nice early hours. Chunky common. About £26. Not one of the classic corn as well. Happy with that one. Oh, it's absolutely freezing out here, man. Well, the sun's up the last morning. There was frost on the bivvy, but that's all gone now. Still ice. And the unhooking mat after last night. And yeah, very successful night last night. Looking forward to packing up in the swamp. It'll be entertaining, but I'm sure we'll sort it out, get there, wash a few things down, and get on my way probably by lunchtime and get home. Got to get the stuff in the house, sort things out. It's been a good session, thoroughly enjoyed it. Must say, hard start, but with a bit of location, a bit of help from my deeper, relocated the fish and turned the session round, which was good news really. And what more can you say really? It's definitely a fresh one out here at the moment. Anyway, I'm going to have a brew now and stick the radio on, listen to a bit of the radio, tinker around on the phone and then start tidying up slowly. I'm not in a rush to get off, as long as I'm sort of home by 3 o'clock will be nice, should do me. I'll take it from there really. Never know, as conditions as they are, might just wangle another one. We should be greedy, but it would be nice. Always nice, isn't it, to catch another fish, add to the list. There we go. Whoa, it is fresh in this wind, I must admit. The sun hasn't quite done its job yet. There we go. Right, I'll give you a little update before I leave. And yeah, quite impressed. It's good. Effort equals reward, and there's definitely been a bit of effort to fish in this swim, I'll say. a little bit of hard work as well. Well, it's reeling time. It's all clear, empty, packed away on the barrow. What a session it's been. Can't argue with that. Just got to get home and sort it all out now. Dry it out, get the mud off a few things, but I spent a bit of time this morning washing everything off, so it's pretty reasonable really. I do like to get home so it's all ready for the next trip. Saves a lot of mucking around and forgetting stuff. My age end up writing lists and things, which is always quite funny. But well, I'm happy with that. Can't complain. I think the next time I get down here it will probably be March, so spring fishing. Winter's over in my book, and what winter I've had, really. Absolutely unbelievable. Amazing really, but what can I say really? I think I've had over 40 carp this winter, including out here in the club lake. Absolutely unbelievable. 4 or 5 30s, loads of 20s. It's just, I'm taken back by how good this winter's been really. I suppose they put it down to a change in bait, or yeah, if there's anything I've really changed, I've just come and done what I normally do, just changed the bait over. So classic corn appears to be the one. So we'll see how we get on with that at the airfield lake. Can't forget the catalyst though, I must say. Sort of precious to my heart. The Smoky Jack works pretty well as well, so I think what I'm going to have to do is see how it progresses, and maybe classic corn is the winter bait on here. You don't know. Just never know really. We shall see. We shall see. Anyway, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Catch up with you soon, and be lucky if you're out there. I think there's another loud gust of wind. Right, farewell. See you soon.